Okay, so the last 10 minutes, I promise. That made me feel at home hearing another English accent. But I suppose I'm going to have to be now Indian, aren't I? After the great presentation we had. Now I have to admit, I've been called many times a dabba, but not a dabbawala. So I think I know what I'm going through. So, first of all, thank you for those of you who had put information on the message board. We've had some really good comments from you, and let me just read you a couple if I may. So the first one is, excellent workshop, giving a view of things to partners and showcase demo, very good. That was from Capgemini. Then we got the plenary sessions, experience center. The networking events are the best events happened in quite a long time. That was from Deloitte. And then we have here, wonderful event, well organized, bringing to the SI partners to network only with IBM. That was from TCS. And then we've got a very nice colorful diagram here from Infosys, which is great products, great roadmap, great vision, great comments. Great connects. So IBM 4G, they call them. Thank you very much for that. It was very creative. So thank you for those of you who took time to put messages on the wall. Much appreciated. Okay. So, call to action. Very straightforward. I'm not really going to read through all of those. Those are key things that I think we've covered. I think if by now you don't understand that we want to partner with you, then we have failed over the last 3 days. I think if you have not understood that we have something called CAMS, and we want to work with you on each of those solution areas, then again, we have failed. But what I would urge you to do is try and learn a little bit more about the infrastructure, Watson, and the CAMS solutions that we have. It is quite clear that we as IBM have lots of assets. And I have to say, in most cases, we don't do a brilliant job in communicating those assets to you, our partners. One of the key assets I'd like to focus on is our lab services team. We had some mention of those teams in some of our main tent sessions, but not all of them. So I wanted to point this out very clearly. We have teams that do not sit in GBS and GTS, called lab services, both for Software Group and for STG. And they are resources that are available to you with expert skills across CAMS, across infrastructure, and indeed across the Watson ecosystem. So if you need any information on that, or you'd like some help on that, you can simply do a Google search on IBM Lab Services, or contact your IBM contact, and they'll give you further details of how to access those resources. And the other resource is Partner World. I've spoken to a number of you. One person came to me this morning and said, look, I've got this friend of mine who started up a new company. He wants to use IBM software. Where does he start? Partner World. I've got somebody who wants to learn about technology, learn about your CAM solutions. Where do I start? Partner World and Partner World University within it. So if you are not sure or you do not have access to Partner World, I strongly urge you to do so. We're putting some tremendous effort in rebuilding the whole structure of Partner World around the CAMS facilities, around the CAMS solutions, and more importantly now, you will find that Partner World has a section specifically for systems integrators. Okay, we did that change about a year ago, and it has really been very well received by our systems integrators. So please take that time to do that. And obviously, if you need any help, if there's anything that we can do to support you, to work with you better, to help you with your clients, to help you with your knowledge on our technology, reach out to us. Yeah? None of us on either side are mind readers. We've created some fantastic relationships over the last 3 days. Let's keep those relationships going. Reach out to us if we can help you. And of course, let's partner. That is, transformation for growth was the slogan for our event. We know that our clients are transforming. Therefore, we know we have to transform. Therefore, we know our partnership has to transform. So let's use this as a real impetus, the last 3 days of being together, to really drive that impetus and to really drive that partnership between us. Final call for evaluation forms and final call for feedback for the overall event. And please, please don't forget to give your form in and collect your gift, because we really want to thank you for being with us, and we also really want to thank you for giving us this very important information about your view of the event and your view of the whole conference itself. So, Few questions. A number of you have come to me during the conference and said, Anil, what's happening with the presentations and so on. So first of all, if you have registered for this event and your registration is on the Indian CSI Interchange webpage, you will get an email that'll tell you where and when you can get all the main tent presentations in Acrobat format, and you can download them. That email normally goes out next week. The team here is extremely efficient, so you should get that next week. It'll most probably be exactly on the same website. You'll just see a new link appear saying presentations or downloads, and you can then download each of our main tent sessions, each of the elective sessions, and we also give you a link to the videos that we've been playing as well. So if some of you like some of the videos or want to use some of the videos in any sessions that you're doing around IBM enablement or whatever, you can use some of those tools and use some of those facilities as well. We also have evidence of your hard work, as you know. All this hard work over the last 3 days, and some of you would obviously like some memories as well, so we provide you with a way of getting access to the photos as well. And of course, I'm sure you'll choose very carefully which ones you share with your family and which ones you share with your friends. Okay, so departure details, as I mentioned to you, if those of you that have got later flights, you're welcome to join us for lunch, same place as has been for the last 2.5 days that you've been with us. But just be careful and make sure that you're in the lobby 75 minutes before your plane is scheduled to depart. Identify your bag and basically go onto the departure. Okay? If you've ordered some packed lunch, then we've got those out there as well, but I don't think anybody has, so we should be okay on that. Finally, I want to thank you. This is the last slide I'm going to do. So first of all, sincerely, I would like to thank you for being with us for the 8th Interchange. It's been quite interesting speaking to you over the last 2.5 days, to the individual delegates, and the number of delegates who've been there every Interchange. I met one delegate who only came to one Interchange, and that was the very first Interchange that we did in 2007 at Nambi Valley. And I've met a number of you who have been here first time or just a few times. But every time you say this is the event you want to come to. And we obviously want to make sure we keep that event. But I do not want to underestimate or belittle the amount of time of yours that you have given us over the last 3 days. We know that your time is valuable. We know that you have a choice as to where you're going to allocate that time. And you have chosen to allocate that time to IBM for the last 3 days. And I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, as my colleagues in IBM, thank you for spending that time with us. I'd also like to thank our subject matter experts, our speakers. We've had some amazing main tent sessions, we've had some great content, and the panel discussion was second to none. And obviously on a very key, important topic of big data. I'd also like to thank our marketing partner. All the signage, all the logo, all the branding is thanks to George P. Johnson, who've been with us for a number of years, and we continue to work with them because they know how we want to operate, they know the quality we want to deliver, and they know the service we want to do for our clients during this conference. And of course, they were also responsible for that fantastic band that we had yesterday as well, EKA. Obviously, the hotel complex, I think it's been nice to be in one area, an easy vicinity, both for a conference center, obviously a bit of a trek for the meeting rooms, but that's the way it goes. Now, there's one other thing I'd like you to do for me. Last favor. A number of you over the last few days have been shaking my hand and thanking me for the conference, or saying, great conference, wonderful arrangement, wonderful organization. And I have to say, every time you say that to me, I feel genuinely very guilty in taking that credit myself.